I'm pretty sure in the history of cinema, there's never been a movie titled this perfectly as the opposite of the feeling you get from it. And yes, I know that was intentional. Welcome to the very first edition of the Pay Per Review. This is where you get to pick the movie I review. I'll pick one every month from those who donate to the YouTube channel. So I'll just say right off the bat, click the cards, click donate, and leave in the comment what you'd like me to review for next month. This month, we have PlumLogan to thank for the review, and he suggested this movie. Said, don't know if you'll bite on this, but Todd Solondz' Happiness is one of the most serious yet disturbing movies I've ever seen. Would love your take on it. That's a very nice summary, and don't even know that I need to do a review after that. Yes, I'll bite, and yes, I'll watch Happiness. Had never seen it before, so now I can give some take on it, kind of review it here a little bit. And PlumLogan, I guess as far as that suggestion, I'd say thank you, maybe? This was like one of those incredible movie experiences where you are disturbed and it's dark and it's almost like you don't want to admit to people you've seen the movie. And that's exactly what I think Todd Solondz is going for when he makes a movie like this. And we'll get a little more in depth with it here, but first a little background. It's 1998, so, you know, over a decade ago. And it's Philip Seymour Hoffman, Lara Flynn Boyle, John Lovitz is in it as well, Dylan Baker. And this is a movie that takes a look at the intricacies of how these lives interact between these people who have some very, very dark things going on in their psyche and in their lives. And the movie is not shy about explicitly showing those dark things. In fact, so much so that the only versions you can get, I think, are an NC-17 version or an unrated version. It wasn't even able to get an R-rated version because of how explicitly it goes into the darkness and the depravity of what is going on in these people's lives. And what's interesting is, I think Solondz makes that choice very purposefully to present the movie in this way because the point he wants to make about depravity, about humanity, about what lurks under the surface in the relationships, the everyday relationships we have with the people in our lives. And as for that, let's go ahead and make that one of the best things about the movie, is the message about the depravity that lurks around us and lurks within us, and to have those conversations. And I love a movie that you come out of thinking and philosophizing about the world around you, and this is certainly a movie you come out of watching and just your mind is racing with, you know, questions and thoughts on these things. And when a movie does that, there's something to be applauded there. Now, having said that, overall, I didn't enjoy this movie, and that's a weird way to say it because I don't think at the end of the day you're supposed to enjoy it. I can't imagine the person who watches this movie and comes away going, ooh, I loved that experience. That was so fun. I don't think that's the point. But what I didn't like about it, even movie-making wise, is I think there is a case to be made here. There's a case to be made here for that it's exploitative, that it uses these things and these over-the-top things, you know, gratuitously. You know, they're not necessary. And that is something that I think at the end of the day you can detract from the movie for. I think there can be an argument made on both sides of that. And I can see myself sitting down with somebody who loves this movie for what it is and having that disagreement. But for me, I think there is a point at which it becomes exploitative and not necessarily part of the storytelling experience, if that makes sense. I also wonder if that stuff is actually a distraction from the fact that the movie isn't actually made that well. Now, let me clarify. As I'm watching this, I don't know that the plot is structured extremely well. It does that thing where it plays into different people's lives and you kind of find how they're connected. But I got lost a few times. And when you're lost in a movie about how people are related to each other, that's a distraction. And I don't know that that's well done. I also don't think, aside from Philip Seymour Hoffman, who's brilliant in everything he's ever done, like I don't think that's an overstatement, I didn't think the acting was that great in this. I didn't think Dylan Baker was that great. I didn't think Lara Flynn Boyle was that great. I didn't buy their characters. Maybe that's an artistic choice, but I bought Philip Seymour Hoffman. I bought what he was going through. So, and I wonder if that's maybe an element of kind of how this movie has aged, or if even in seeing it in that moment, I would have thought, because acting styles have changed, I get that, but I just didn't buy into a lot of it. And I wonder if the over-the-topness of it is a distraction at the end of the day from the fact that it's really not a fabulously made film, other than the psychological elements and kind of the digging in kind of stuff that I've seen there. So that was a part of it that I thought as well. Overall, I think for Happiness, I didn't have a great experience, but again, that's not the intent. I can give it credit for places it wants to go to make us think, and at the end of the day, still take away from the fact that I think it's a little bit exploitative in doing so, and that tends to hide some of those seams that might be showing otherwise. Overall, I think I would give it right in the middle, right at a C. Thanks for checking out the very first pay-per-review. This is a great opportunity to click the cards and have me review something next month. All you got to do is give $1 or $2, and then I'll pick from anybody that donates. It doesn't have to, you don't have to break your bank. Just know that you're supporting the channel and picking a movie that maybe I haven't seen that you want me to review, or anything that you want me to review. It doesn't necessarily have to be a movie. So click the cards, click on support the channel, make a donation, and then in the comment let me know what you would like me to review, and I'd appreciate it. While you're there, you can of course go to the website yourmoviefriend.com or check out other reviews that I've done. And as always, click the subscribe button that's down in the corner so you can know when new stuff is coming out here at Your Movie Friend. And honestly, genuinely, thank you, PlumLogan. I do appreciate the support of the channel. It means the absolute world to me and all those who support what's going on here. Thank you so much for doing so. Here's 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe button or possibly hit the donate button.